The Ultra Megalopolis used to be Lumiose City, and in Pokemon Legends ZA, we may witness the exact moment its light was stolen. How do I know this? Well, Nintendo's been dropping hints for a while now. Lumiose City, often called the City of Light, is a massive urban hub in the heart of Kalos. At its core stands Prism Tower, a glowing high-tech landmark. Take the elevator to the top and you'll meet the city's gym leader. Now look at the Ultra Megalopolis, a city from another dimension. One where all the light has been stolen, a city of darkness. At its center, Megalo Tower, and at the top, Necrozma, the Prism Pokemon, restrained. And what better place to imprison a Prism than inside Lumiose City's own Prism Tower? Like Legends Arceus pulled us into Sinnoh's distant past, ZA might be doing the same. This is the prelude to the Ultra Recon Squad's world. This is the moment their light was lost. So, who exactly tried to control Necrozma in the first place? We're actually given a huge clue in the Legends ZA trailers. We're told that Quasartico Inc. is redeveloping Lumiose City, but take a closer look at that name. Quasartico comes from Quasar, an ultra-luminous galactic core often brighter than an entire galaxy. And what is Necrozma if not the ultimate Quasar? So a company named after cosmic light sources appearing just as the city is being redeveloped, that's no coincidence. Quasartico isn't just some construction firm. In the Pokemon world, redevelopment is almost always tied to energy, or more specifically, experimental energy sourced from Pokemon themselves. Think about the Aether Foundation, hiding Ultra Beast research behind a humanitarian front, or Macrocosmos, who controlled Galar's energy grid while secretly reviving Eternatus, a Pokemon of world-class destructive power. Quasartico is no different. They want to extract Necrozma's power for themselves. The Z in ZA doesn't just hint towards Zygarde, it also hints towards Necrozma's Z power, or the light that it constantly radiates. To carry out their plans, Quasartico introduces something called the ZA Royale, a nighttime tournament held in Lumiose City. On the surface, it's just a competitive challenge where you climb from rank Z to rank A, and the prize, any wish the victor could want. Now that's no ordinary tournament prize. In a region centered around Zygarde, Mega Evolution, and Infinity Energy, the concept of wishing becomes incredibly suspect. So what's really going on here? The ZA Royale isn't just a tournament, it's a test, a controlled environment created by Quasartico to identify trainers who can endure sustained Mega Evolution over multiple battles. Why? Because those trainers could also survive continuous exposure to Infinity Energy, and thus possibly even survive direct contact with Necrozma's Z power. And that wish might not be metaphorical at all. The winner could be given a chance to interface with Necrozma itself, promise their wish in exchange for acting as a conduit. But there's another layer to this tournament, one far more sinister. Each stage of the ZA Royale takes place in designated battle zones, high-tech arenas scattered around Lumiose. These zones aren't just for spectacle, they're part of a carefully engineered system designed by Quasartico to harvest Infinity Energy. You see, every time Mega Evolution is triggered, it taps into the life force of Pokemon. These battle zones are strategically rigged to drain that energy during every match, funneling it into the underground conduits beneath the city. But the world won't let that happen without resistance. Enter Zygarde, not just a protector of nature, but the literal embodiment of balance. And in Kalos, that balance is already quite fragile, especially with Xerneas in Evento's existence. This is also the region where Infinity Energy was used to fuel the ultimate weapon. Now, Quasartico is tapping into that same source again, this time trying to artificially recreate the light that radiates from Necrozma. Zygarde senses this imbalance, and it acts. At first, you only see glimpses, a cell here, a core there, but as you progress through the ZA Royale, Zygarde begins to manifest through you, because it knows that it cannot do this alone. And what role does the Ancient King of Kalos play in all of this? AZ has seen what happens when Infinity Energy is pushed too far. He lived it, he caused it, and he's carried that burden for 3,000 years. So when he sees Quasartico's plan unfolding, the same reckless ambition that once turned Kalos into a wasteland, he knows exactly where it leads. To AZ, the ZA Royale isn't just a tournament, it's the first tremor of another catastrophe. AZ returns because this time he refuses to watch the world break again, even if it costs him everything. And so, the stage is set. You, Zygarde, and a fragile alliance of those who want to stop Quasartico from exploiting Necrozma's light. But it's not enough, you couldn't stop them. Necrozma, in debilitating pain, lashes out at everyone around it, before drowning the world in eternal darkness. Zygarde fights to the bitter end, ever at your side, but even in its complete form, it's overwhelmed by light so intense it burns through the very balance it was created to preserve. Legends Arceus showed us that Game Freak likes to experiment with these newer games, and with Pokemon ZA being the first mainline game to receive an ESRB rating of 10+, I actually believe it will be the first Pokemon game where you end in failure. Not because you were weak, but because this story was never about saving the future, it was about understanding how it was lost.